Greetings, Reading Choral Society. I'm sorry to miss the chance to sing together in the coming weeks. The immediate future is very uncertain right now, and not just for RCS, but for daily life. The board, Susie, the staff, and I send our best wishes that you are safe and in a position to weather the impacts of social distancing. When I need bright memories and am feeling lonely, I will think of you all on Tuesday nights. I'm just thinking now of Tom Irwin singing "Happy Birthday" from the men's room at the top of his lungs while I tried to start rehearsal last week. Speaking of Tuesday nights, I've been involved in a lot of academic discussions recently about routine. Of course you can watch this video at any time this week that's convenient to you, but I encourage you, if you're able, to reserve your Tuesday nights. Even though we won't be able to see and hear each other, I like the idea of thinking of our choir all rehearsing together in spirit and having something regular to look forward to. It is our intention to produce a rehearsal video in place of each of the Tuesday nights we miss due to social distancing measures. You may be wondering, what's the goal of these rehearsals? And to you, I respond, it's not the destination, but the journey. Actually, we do have a few specific goals in mind. As likely as it is to be cancelled or rescheduled, as of right now, the call has not been made on the Verdi Requiem performance on May 2nd. This is a piece that really suits the Reading Choral Society, and I see every reason to assume that we will perform it in the next year or two, even if the performance this May is unable to take place. Either way, until it is officially cancelled, I want to keep us moving toward our goal of giving an excellent performance on the Verdi Requiem. However, if we get confirmation that the Verdi will not take place this season, I have a different goal in mind for our Tuesday nights. How amazing will it be if by rehearsing electronically while we're stuck at home, we're able to create a project together once we're able to gather again in person? Perhaps a short recording like our previous music video. Perhaps a performance to celebrate the relaxation of the restrictions. The moment I get the news that we should suspend our work on the Verdi, I will work with others to come up with something fun and impactful that we can use our Tuesday nights to work toward. For now, a bit of the Verdi. I had scheduled the short and simple Agnus Day for next week to give us time to prep for Gloria's Singers. And that now seems perfect for this week to get us going online. So, I'm going to hand it over to the maestro. Thank you, Professor. The Reading Choral Society. I am delighted to spend some time with you this evening. Here is how it will work. I will guide your rehearsal from this video. Each time I give you an objective, I will ask you to click pause on the video and follow one of the numbered links below to another resource. When you finish, come back here and press play again for the next part of rehearsal. I won't be able to check on you to offer help or feedback, but I hope you find it useful in preparing this amazing music. Let's keep singing. Do you have a pencil handy? Pause and get one now. Page 104, measure 14. Let's get a few markings. We will not breathe at the first comma. We will take a breath out of time at the end of the page. Then, on the top of the next page, we will not breathe at the next comma, from measure 22 to 23, but we will breathe in the middle of measure 24. Okay, done with markings for the moment, but keep your pencil handy. This part is pretty easy for a choir. It's all the same thing in 2 octaves. I'm back at measure 14. Take a look with me. The basses are on their own, down in bassland. They have their own octave, but the sopranos, altos, and tenors are all singing the same unison part, 1 octave above. There's no need to go to another website for this section. Just sing along with me. In fact, here is my lovely assistant so that we have both octaves. I'll count us in like I normally would in rehearsal. Here's your notes. Basses,
sopranos, altos, and tenors.
peccata mundi, We're going to sing through that again in a moment, but if you still aren't confident about the notes, please just jump back in the video and sing it another time or two right now. All right, something to think about before we sing it one more time together. Basses and altos. This should be in a pretty happy range for most of you. Maybe a low note for the alto ones or the baritones, but it's pretty right in the middle. So I really want you to think about singing into the middle of your sound. This next time through, really try to find out what is the tonal color of your voice, and can you really engage in that in this nice, happy middle range for yourselves. Tenors. It's not terribly high, especially in the context of this piece, but it's high in your register. It sits up there. So remember that you're singing in unison with the altos and how that makes you feel. And sopranos, the opposite. It's very low in your range. Of course, the rest of the piece has a lot of high points, so don't worry too much about this section. Don't push, don't use up your voice, because we need you later on. But just sing a nice, delicate sound that just fits right into what's going on with the alto bass octave there. Okay, sing it with us again, but this time imagine, really listen to the tuning and the comfortable, rich tone quality of the basses and altos, and basses and altos seek that out in your own voice. And sopranos and tenors, see if you can sing in a way that's comfortable but fits into that sound world, even though it's high for the tenors and low for the sopranos. 1, 2, ready? Agnus Dei, Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccata mundi, Thank you, Robin. And now, my lovely assistant will disappear. Please turn to page 106. The second system. That's measure 40. Get that pencil again. Sopranos and altos. Measure 43, right at the comma. Change that C-sharp quarter note to an eighth note and eighth rest. Now, bottom of the next page, 107, measure 59 is where you sing. At the end of measure 60, nobody gets to breathe. Basses and tenors, you especially need to mark that you do not breathe at that comma, please. Sopranos and altos, measure 62, the C sharp, will be an eighth note again, right before you're joined by the soloist. It's the same part in the music as last time. Next, page 108. Just the tenors get a lift at the comma in measure 64. Tenors, you don't need a breath, but I want the second note of dona to be an eighth note and an eighth rest, please. Everyone who's not a tenor, you're going to sing that quarter note, full length. Well, that's the whole Agnus Dei in terms of markings. Now I'm going to send you to an external site to go over your part. If you prefer Cyberbass, the link is at the very bottom in the description below, and you're welcome to use that instead. But I'm going to link everyone here to Choralia, the one that has that creepy computer voice. What's useful there is that if you're used to keeping track of where you are in the music based on the words as well as the notes, it gives you something to cling on to, something creepy to cling on to. The robots are coming for us, but something at least. Before you go, here's a little bit about using the Choralia interface. Pause this video in a moment and look in the description down below for the set of links called link number 1. You may need to click on Show More to see all of the links eventually, but right now, press pause and go to link number 1 below. What to rehearse? The section from measure 40 to 45, and then we'll work the section from measure 59 to the end. If you want to write down the times in Choralia to save yourself jumping around, here they are, get ready. Measure 40 is at 1 minute and 51 seconds. Measure 59 is at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And for what it's worth, if you're not a bass or a tenor and you want to jump ahead to that last chord, measure 71 is at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, please learn your part like sectionals, if you find that useful, by dragging the balance bar all the way over to the right and using the speed bar, the tortoise and the hare, to get a speed that's useful. You can repeat a section of the music as often as you need. This is the bulk of today's rehearsal, so take your time and feel good about that music before you come back. Once you know your part, you can challenge yourself by dragging the balance bar so that you get more of the other parts and less of your own. When you're confident, on the entire rest of the Agnus Day, come back here for one more sing-through instruction. For now, pause this video and off you go. Let's get away from learning tracks and sing along with the performance. I encourage you not to skip around, but to do it straight through and really listen to the soloists and the orchestra even when your part isn't singing. Can you find your starting note in each section? Can you stick to your part with everything else going on around you? Since you can't see the conductor, make sure you turn the volume up pretty high so that you can really keep track of the tempo as you sing along and really hear the orchestra and the rest of the choir in the recording without drowning them out with your own singing. The Requiem was written for and originally performed by the chorus of the famous opera house in Milan, La Scala. That's why I picked this particular recording for you. Pause me again and enjoy singing with the chorus of La Scala. Thank you. I've enjoyed imagining that you're here rehearsing with me. Let's be honest, it's not the same, but at least it's something. I'll see you next week for more of a full rehearsal with help from our section leaders. We only have one more week of sectionals on the Verdi, and we'll be done doing sectionals on the full piece and would have been moving into polishing it. Or if the news of a postponed or canceled concert comes, then it'll be on to a new project. I promise we'll think of something great for you and the Choral Society.